Hi. Welcome to Magic with Melly. I am Melly, and you guys are sharing some magical space with me. So, as you can see, the setup's very forward. I have all of the oracles already showing and some indicators on what's going on with the tarot. Let's get down with it, y'all. Get down on it. Get down on it. So that song could be important for you. If you want to take that song, you can take it. You can look into it, dance with it. I've been channeling also that song, You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. You make me feel like dancing. Gonna dance the night away. So that could be fun for you guys if you want to set your body free a little bit, wiggling around, wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. But anyway, let's get down with it. We have a 7 of Wands, back of the deck. We have the Devil out. We have the Queen of Cups and a 3 of Wands. From the get, I am noticing that there is devilish energy either on you or around you. Addictive behaviors, perhaps. Addictive ways of thinking, can't stop. Maybe someone is taking up space in your mind. They're living in your mind rent-free or something like that. The title says dime, diamond, or devil. So there is a significance there. There is Spirit's telling me that there's importance between distinguishing that the devil can look like anything. It could look like anything, such that as long as they know enough information or enough about what your desires are or what's addictive for you, it could be really easy to appear as such. Like they could try and appear like one of your blessings. They may try and appear to be something attractive, something that's for you, bringing in illusions, making promises, half promises, mostly to put you into this energy. But I'm hearing from Spirit it's not been successful because it's reversed, and we also have a 3 of Swords reversed. While maybe the situation did hurt you, it didn't truly do what they intended. And whatever you did see, there was only in the placements to which was deserved or reserved for you, right? The devil may have evil intentions reserved for you, but if you are not deserving, then not all of the power behind their intention gets hit with you, only some of it. Mostly to show you that this is the energy that they're in, and an energy that you are not deserving of. I think that the Knight of Swords here also with the back of the deck is communicating to us that perhaps the communication has stopped between you and the whoever this energy is that is devilish in your mind, in your heart space, in your third eye chakra space. I think third eye chakra is coming out heavy in the cards because you are needing spirits indicating a heavy need to pay attention to your intuition, that you will not be receiving certain information or facts about someone unless it was necessary for you to have that download. You may be, receiving something horrible in your mind's eye and your heart space, and it's easier to ignore it because it would be disruptive to actually take in the situation for what it is, because there's been so much set up around devilish energy, like supremely everything has to fall apart if there's been a lot built around this devilish energy, whether it's your devilish energy or someone else, it's in your circle. If it's been in a cycle for a long time, it is going to be a really hard and long journey out, just like it was a long and deep journey to get together. It's going to be a long and deep journey to pull yourself out. In some areas, or for some, your unique placements of how you can exit will be unique. For some, it's going, you are so blessed that spirit will literally give you wings and give you everything you need and pull you out. And that is because you guys have not actually done wrong, but there's wrong, like, sinful or malicious energy around you. And while you're not malicious or sinful, if you are not, your way out will be very simple. Your way out will be like a snap of a finger. As soon as you decide you're ready, your journey will begin, and it will be easy and hard, but spirit says they'll make it, your angels or whoever you believe is on the other side for you will help navigate and guide you and make things easier if you believe in their power on the other side and your own power to coexist and work together. But some of you in the collective are not coexisting with spirit, because that is just from simply not listening to intuitive downloads about specific ideas, people, situations, etc., etc. Now, you as a human may not always be correct, but the place, the intuitive download, it's there. The truth of placements, the special placements of where it belongs, may or may not be correct. Like you are human, you can be wrong, but just know that if you feel wrong, that there is something wrong, and the energy it surrounds is the people it is about. Regardless of if you confront them and they're like, oh no, it was this person, they may just be deflecting to another person in the same party of people who are against you, and they're, whipping you back and forth between two or three or multiple of them in a group to distract you from making the decision altogether to remove everyone who is affecting you. It may not just be one person, it may be multiple people, and they are all on the same side taking alibi, they're taking coverage amongst one another, and they're, it's like one against a whole team, or two versus one, or however your placements are with that. I'm picking up that the intention with devilish energy is to stop you from getting what you want and what is truly deserving of you. That the devil serves as the devil serves as like chaining you up and to serve to their needs, or perhaps it serves in the form of fulfilling jealousy and like jealous entities, to which they're jealous. This energy is, you cannot be better than they are at anything, and we all have our special and unique gifts. Some of us will shine in those, and some of us have to shine in our other unique gifts. So with that, why place so much focus on another's unique gift? That gift is theirs, and we have journey, relationship, discomfort, strength, review, and source. So for a collective, a portion of the collective, the devilish energy is surrounding a relationship. And now it doesn't have to be your partner, or you. It could be just that there's a third party or many other third parties that are jealous of the relationship you hold with your partner. It is a divine love, and that when you have something so sacred and so beautiful, that there's going to be so many people who will attempt to understand it. They will attempt to sabotage it. They will attempt to get in the middle. They will attempt to try and be a part of it. They will try and see, I don't know, if they have siblings, if they could be a part of the family too somehow. But then another area of the collective is dealing with, it's actually their partner that doesn't want them happy. And there has been an illusion based off of selfishness that some devilish energy doesn't want you to be that powerful, because once you become powerful, it causes discomfort for certain partners in the collective. Do not agree with their partner being strong, because they have to be the stronger one, or they have to be the more successful one. Or if their partner were to actually be who they're meant to be, it would mean that they would, have the strength to leave. They would have the strength to see certain things in the connection. If once they're strong enough, they would see that the partner that they're dating is the devil. So it's this interesting energy that the devil exhibits, because of where the devil, whoever or whatever is holding this energy, wherever they are at currently in their life, they will outwardly project their discomfort. They will outwardly project strength in very awful areas to try and get what they want. Perhaps taking into account, maybe like analyzing and deeply reviewing others and seeing who is able to be in their control and who is not. Some individuals will be bothered or stay bothered as long as there's something to be gained, or control to have. Could be financial, it could be sexual gain, could be physical gain, reputation, climbing up a ladder in work, socially, having fame, a lot of the same things that we are attracted to with our blessings. We want wonderful, loving things to happen to us. As much as we desire that and want that, the devil wants it for superficial reasons. It's very 3D reasons, and not from a heart space, and not from a loving space. It's like wanting what you have, and it's like, I can only, this possession. It's like having total control over another person, or total control over how a situation is going to play out. And a lot of you have intuitive responses when someone takes an action that is not worthy of you or good of you, or however you want to take that. There's situations that pass, and right when you spread your wings and are ready to fly, they do something, and your third eye chakra is hella triggered, your emotions are hella triggered, and it's so that you would stop focusing and stop believing and stop flourishing. In this reading, I'd love to analyze the difference between what I mean by a dime and a diamond. A dime is essentially it's valuable. Okay, a dime is a coin, and it may not be the largest sum that a coin can come in, but it still holds value. And 10 is a very special number. It's a very fulfilling number. If you see 10 tens, that that could be a wonderful angel number that you are tapping into. But all in all, tens are like reaching a max capacity. If you think about 100%ing something, if you think about 10 out of 10, this is kind of what this energy I mean with being like identifying with being a dime. And you may even identify with being recognized as one by people who find you attractive. They're like, oh, she's fine, you know, she's a dime and all that. So when I'm thinking about some of you who are dimes, you guys are valuable. You guys, when you spend time on something, it's 100% of your attention and your time and your energy. So much that when there's a dime around, someone who embodies this energy, it's really easy to be attracted to it because you're skilled. You are wonderful at the things that you do. People maybe wonder how you get so skilled at something so quickly. And it is this energy of you put all of your time on it, all of your energy and attention on it. And that is such a rare energy. That's what makes it so valuable. With a diamond's a bit more not like, well, okay, yeah, very clearly. So a diamond is going to be at value much more than just a coin, right? There's a process, like pressure and process and pain that a diamond has gone through in order for it to shine the way it does. Diamonds could be multifaceted, so as much as dimes are very valuable because they have that 10 out of 10 energy, diamonds can be multifaceted, have more than one edge to it, have more than one, face. And it's like, not to say about like having like being two-faced or anything like that, but more so that the multifacetedness of a diamond, of a gem, like a true gem, just think about the process of digging it out of the mine. Like a coin is man-made. We get the material and we sort of press it in a formula that we can understand. And with diamonds, it's more of a natural pressure. It's not something so artificial. And so a dime can be a diamond. No, a diamond may be a dime, but a dime isn't a diamond. It's like one of those smaller circle, bigger circle kind of things where one can be the other, but the other can't be. The lines do not align. Like one is going to have had more pressure, more time, more attention, more, things that it went through in order to shine and be of the value that it is. Whereas if I were to explain the devil doesn't really want to do any of this work. More so, the devil is a type of energy that would rather have other people do work for them, do the evil for them. That's why the devil sends other people to do his work. He doesn't do his because he knows the karma will befall him directly. Knows kind of sort of how this energy works, and rather would make fake promises to these people, have them do things that are out of character, or have them do things based off of control and lies and all this stuff that the devil presents, just so that these people can do the dirty work, and then laugh when the karma befalls them and kind of gets away with it. And so if you have a group of people who are targeting you, please be mindful that it is that this true evil does exist in the world, and that the good you are seeing in others is the good you see in yourself, and you will always see that first. And you must not turn a blind eye to anybody and what they are, like what they show you. It may be really, really, really uncomfortable. It may leave you really debilitated, like literally disabled, mentally or physically. because of the extent to which they want to affect you or harm you. If you really do have things in your life you wish to protect and be at peace with, Spirit is indicating the importance of coming into review and being mindful of planetary retrogrades, for one, being mindful of your astrological placements as well, and your connection with Source, working on strengthening your connection with your spirit guides, that if you were to communicate, that you're being very clear that you're speaking to those on the other side that have your good intentions in heart and not any bad intentions in heart. Because if you just make your wishes and goals and things known to just anyone and anything in the 3D or in metaphysical, you can be manipulated. And that's not only manipulation on a human level. You can be manipulated and played around with on a spiritual level. That's why I highly encourage, well, not many of you know, but because my presence on YouTube and social media has only been over the first year or two for me. And so I do widely want to make it known that you can be spiritually attacked with human intentions and intentions from the other side. We have a lot of full moon energy down here. We have full moon eclipse, full moon Aquarius, full moon Gemini, full moon Capricorn, full moon Libra, and a new moon in Cancer. We're in a new moon in Leo. Last month was new moon in Cancer, so something significant could have occurred last month, in the month of June. That doesn't have to be significant for you. It could be that you have one of these placements in your chart: Cancer, Aquarius, Gemini, Capricorn, Libra. But it says conclusions are within reach. You and your loved ones are safe. Show the world the real you. The answers you need are coming. The end of a tough cycle approaches. A win-win outcome is forecast. For those of you, I think it's been rather hard to distinguish the difference between a dime, a diamond, and the devil in your life. It is really easy to become a valuable person, to become a dime. Just put your full focus and attention and time onto self. Then you'll have that 10 out of 10 energy, because all the energy that you'd been sharing with others, giving to others, giving advice, giving insights, going out, seeing people, hanging out with them, even chatting with them over social media. You're withdrawing your energy so that you can become a 10 out of 10. Or you're noticing who is a 10 out of 10 in your life, who shows you, the 10 out of 10 energy. Maybe they're a 20-20, it's very easy to see them because they give themselves a 10 out of 10 and they give you a 10 out of 10. So together that's a 20 out of 20. And it's like that 20/20 vision is what I'm picking up. So that can be pretty uniform and easy. But just be mindful that the devil can disguise itself and, see what you like and, try and play the part. But the thing with the devil or with devilish energy is that they can only play the part for so long, because eventually their true colors will show. If they can't get what they want out of you, they will withdraw. The devil has to stay hidden. With diamonds, they're rather hard to uncover because perhaps they're locked away, just like you would imagine in a jewelry shop. Or they're still in the process of being mined out. It's still in the process of even being found. Like a new mine that is yet to be discovered that creates these things, you know, like maybe diamonds resonate with being introverts. You know, a lot of them maybe are introverts because they spend all this time putting pressure and time and attention on more things than just themselves. You know, they have all these things going on. It cuts and molds them and shapes them into the very, very shiny, flashy, beautiful piece that you see. And it's one of those things that a diamond's not going to be seen until it is ready to be seen. If you take a diamond out before it's ready, it's not going to be a diamond. It's just going to be like a pebble. It's going to be a rock. It's going to not have gone through the process. It will not have gone through its evolution or transformationary journey. And some of you are diamonds that perhaps the devilish energy maybe have put you through some of the stuff that brings you here. And you're at this turning point where you're uncomfortable with just staying little. You're uncomfortable with being just a rock. You're uncomfortable with the pressure that is still on you. You know, the heat's rising. This thing with diamonds is I think it's like this energy of there's a lot of pressure, and just being stuck in a really dark place. It has nothing else to do but change its form. You know, all this pressure is being undergone until, you know, it's done being whatever it was before, and then it becomes a diamond. So I think some of you are in a catalytic part of your life where you guys, you know, haven't put enough time and attention on yourselves. You haven't experienced being a person of value because you maybe haven't valued yourself, valued the journey of changing your focus from all these other people back to self and becoming the dime piece that you want to be. Or even further than that, upgrading from being a dime to a diamond, burying yourself away from the pressure, going through what you need to go through in your transmutation, transformation, definitely changing forms. And that's not like a bad context. I think a shapeshifter, the devil can be a shapeshifter. Like I was saying, they can disguise themselves and hide and pretend to be what it is that you want, but they can only play the part for so long. Then they have to bring in all these distractions to, like when your third eye chakra, your intuition's telling you, they have to set up distractions. Otherwise, you're going to get too close to the truth, or you're going to get too close to who they really are. But you already know who they really are. This energy the devil wants to send you in is like separating you from yourself, separating you from your intuition. I'm hearing emotional manipulation, financial manipulation. I'm hearing disciplinary tactics that are not necessarily healthy. Some of you in the collective deal with an energy that is as extreme as gaslighting, and gaslighting is used so lightly around social media, but gaslighting is like repeated. It's a repeated event to which they form a situation that's impossible to get out of, essentially, because they like, it's like really using you against you, but in the worst forms. It's not just them against you, they make you against you also. And that's why gaslighting is so much more extreme than just someone lying to you. Someone lying to you may just, have a hard time themselves admitting truth. But gaslighting is this level of they know what they're doing and they just will do literally anything to not have you see that. And that's a way further struggle than any of us should try or have to understand, because that is work that they need to do for themselves. It's like wanting something but not knowing how to get it, and so using all of these funky tactics to force the energy or the situation into your life. Like some people so desperately want to be rich, but they never become rich because they never deserve it. It's it's too much money on the mind. So if they were to have riches, it wouldn't be used very well. And I know it seems really confusing that we have lots of rich people who hold positions, in our society. Some of those devils are just really skilled at paying people off to stay quiet. But it's like, to the grand masses, we have an agreed upon, like, that's not a good celebrity and that's not a good rich person. And it's like, it becomes it becomes well known that it's embarrassing to be them. That I'm sure that those people would rather not have the fame, because it's literally public humiliation to have so much cursing and so much awful things said about them. And that is perhaps their own karma, so don't pay no mind to stereotypes with riches and poor. That's not what it's about. People who are rich and poor, their placements are there either because they need to recognize something, or they do recognize something and aren't doing anything about it, or they were put there, and again, more people, like, more on people just maybe don't do enough or something towards what they should be doing. There are so many people who are rich that don't donate their money. And there's so many people who are in lower class that donate whenever they can. And so with these stereotypes, there's always both energies in the rich and the poor. There's really amazing rich people who use their money for charitable reasons, donations. And then there's a lot of rich people who do it for awful reasons. But just know that their karma, they still see their karma. Just because they're rich doesn't mean their karma doesn't get sent their way. That there's more to their situation than you can ever know. And so don't, even with seeing all these outward things, judge your own self and where your placements are. If you want to be rich, if you want to be successful, understand your truest reasons why you want what you want. Even down to a sexual level and emotional level, physical level. Like, why do you want the things that you want? And if you had what you wanted, would you do right by it? So a lot of people, if once they receive their riches, they would just spend it all. Because, sometimes your money doesn't come in because you need to teach yourself financial discipline. Maybe the physical body that you want to have, you're not receiving it as much as you work hard on it. It's like the emotional discipline, or even the discipline surrounding, like, what it is about having, like, a good physique. Like, do you want it because you want to look hot? Or do you want it because you want to feel good in your body, which is it's different. There is superficial reasons for wanting things, artificial reasons for wanting things. And then there's the at the heart of heart of all hearts, and like the wonderful, beautiful energy is just because you just want it. You like, It would just make you happy. Sometimes we want things because someone else wants it. The devil is very much like this, but that could have a good and bad context. You know, it could have a very pure context to it, that you just need to be shown things before you decide you want it or decide towards it. So it takes someone else wanting it for you to want it. And then maybe you want it deeper, or you like, you know, you have desires that are deeper than the person who initially showed you. And that's okay. What is wrong is the person who showed you having any sort of funky energy for any, you know, like if anybody surpasses another, why is that to be so troublesome for others? The cycle's always, you know, you're always both a teacher and a student, and the role can switch at any point. And it can be really exciting when the role switches, because it can be rather exhausting to stay in one role for so long. You know, I'm learning. At some point, you have to apply what you've learned, right? There would be no point in learning if you don't apply it, or if you don't turn around, you know, if you don't turn around and do with what you know. But then you apply, you know, maybe apply your new skills, apply the skills that you built. And maybe some of you have come to a standstill of you can't learn, you can't grow more. And that's when you have to become a student again. It's this ever turning, like, it just keeps going, right? And so when someone surpasses you, they have become your teacher and you the mentor or student, and you can surpass them in certain areas, and then you are the teacher and they are the student. And it could be very mutual. There could be so much growth by just seeing someone be valuable, and know that you're valuable too, in many different ways, or even in a lot of the same ways. And sharing in this space, yeah, sometimes it's gonna be uncomfortable, but most times it will bring you the strength in areas you didn't, that are uncomfortable. You know, you'll meet sometimes where you meet with strength, you meet someone's weakness, and where you're weak, someone's strength, you know, kind of fills your cup. And Source is really lovely at bringing the correct and totally completely wrong humans at the same time. I think it's an energy of like the polarity existence, where what you want is going to come through, but also at the same time the devil is going to come through and kind of test you based off of where you're at. Have you really grown? Do you really want what you say you want? Some of you, it's this energy of like a relationship, a commitment of some sort. Could be work, could be romantic, or family, however you want to see that. But it's like testing maybe your commitments. Now, there is a card in this deck that says your commitment's being tested, but that's not here necessarily, but it is part of the lesson, is that when the devil shows up next to exactly what you want, it's sort of Source's test to see which side you're on, and if you will be able to recognize what you truly want. What you truly want is to show the world the real you. You may be an Aquarius, heavy on Aquarius, but we have all the air signs out. We have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius out. So you could just be having a lot of air sign placements in your chart. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. You could consider Mars if you want to. Mercury. The end of a tough cycle approaches. It's this energy of some of these hard intuitive downloads to grapple with, like, or work with. When you do with what you know in that realm, this is what this end of a tough cycle approaches. It's like a lot of stubborn energy is being uprooted, a lot of really strong energies in the wrong direction, that's going to be uprooted. Having stronger boundaries, saying goodbye to people, just closing out cycles, you know, with people and situations that don't make you happy, that don't want you to be happy, you know, closing out that cycle with the devil. Journey to justice. I think some of you, your justice is served by you just closing the door on these things. But you may also be experiencing justice be served literally in a courthouse. Win-win outcome is forecast as long as you keep it clean and safe. The scales will balance in your favor. But if you are in here on behalf of the devil's dirty work, know that you are being lied to, that the devil is a liar. That so if you were promised you'll get something, the devil can't promise shit. The devil can't promise shit. They may sometimes be successful at you know, actually being able to give you what things may appear like. Maybe they are in a position of power. They can do certain things. You know, they can fulfill certain promises. But if they're not good for you, it's just you're not going to be on your truest journey. You're going to be fulfilling their purpose and not your purpose. And you're going to be left wondering why you're here. Why, like, what your life is for or about. And that's literally depression. Literally, depression is, you know, not wanting to be here anymore because you don't understand your reasons why. You don't understand your life purpose. It's all this energy of working towards the devil instead of against the devil, and working, you know, and instead of working towards yourself. This whole reading is about bringing justice to those that are dimes and diamonds, and then also bringing justice to people who live in this devilish energy. You get put in this devilish energy sometimes not by choice. Sometimes you don't realize a lot of things about people until sometimes it's too late, or sometimes when, and it's not even like a too late energy. It's like you learn it in your own divine timing, but some of you can really learn it earlier by listening to your intuition earlier. But if, you know, never mind that, however old you are, wherever you are on your journey, just know that this, the deal with the devil is not going to serve you well. That it may serve you well this far, but in service with God and, you know, being with love and being with source, once the devil does dirty towards the wrong one, towards like a chosen one, towards like a chosen one of God, someone who is of service to God, you know, who is here to raise the vibration of our earth, of our humans. Karma is not gonna play like that. That's this thing of God's protection is stronger. So those living in devilish energy, be warned. Your stuff can just topple over so fucking fast and so fucking quick. by just doing literally one person wrong. You may get away with doing all these other people wrong because they're not awakened, they're, you know, easily manipulated, blah blah blah, that may have gotten you so far, but it's not going to take you very much further. And it maybe some of you that carry this devilish energy are sitting on your hands like, I fucking did dirty, I did wrong, and trying to figure out how to either continue doing dirty or stop, you know, figuring out your placements. But it's like, all it takes is just being faced with the wrong person, and so much stuff can just be tossed into the air. Shit will hit the fan and splatter all over the walls, and it's not going to be clean. It's not going to be nice to clean up. It's going to be a fucking mess. So, for some of you, this was the intent. You know, the intent was placed on making your life a mess. Sometimes someone's life is such a mess that they have to mess someone else's life up. And it goes deeper and deeper and deeper into a cycle. You'll know how much of this is yours and how much of this is just a warning. Of course, your true placements, you know, whether you resonate with the devil, the dime, a diamond, if you have dimes or diamonds in your life, or devilish energy in your life, you will know all those placements. I love that 9 of Cups wanting to show at the end. But I have been wanting to shuffle more out. And I do want to keep out the third eye, spread your wings, believe and succeed. I'm going to just clear out this so that we have space to read the rest of the reading. I'm going to storyboard a bit with the tarot. Yeah, I'm going to storyboard with the tarot. And after that, it's going to be some advice. And that will be the reading. So, let's see what recently happened to those in the collective to get a little bit more clarity on who these people are and what we should do about them and what we should do for ourselves moving forward. We just want messages for our highest good. No evil intentions shall prevail against me, my collective, or any cross watchers. If there's any bad here, it is being channeled out to understand it so that we can all do better. We can all be with love and be on our journeys that we are meant to be on. No weapons of evil will succeed. We return the energy to sender for the karmic placements based off of their intentions and none other. We do not intend further harm to anybody, even if they intended harm on us. We transmute and transform lovingly to our spirit guides. We say thank you. So, Spirit, show me the messages for the collective's highest good. Okay, we have 10 of Cups reverse, 2 of Pentacles reverse. I don't want to take these, so I won't. Messages for the collective's highest good at this point in time, if you'll please clarify. We have Page of Wands reverse. We have the Magician reverse. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Clarify this whole energy, please, that's out on the board. Spirit, clarify what's out on the board. King of Wands. The Moon's reverse, and I'm getting these like that. Okay. Um, back of the deck, 4 swords. Okay. With this King of Wands coming out separately, and then these 3 cards, and then all of these reverse, and the 9 of Pentacles, I'm really getting that you guys were dealing with the King of Wands. So somebody embodies the 9 of Pentacles, and then somebody else embodies the King of Wands. Switch it however you want to. You guys, you could embody both energies. You can embody one and not the other. One, you know, someone can, however it works for you. Okay, but know that there's a situation or many situations here where the energy relates. And with this moon in reverse, it's this energy of secrets have been revealed. That this King of Wands had intentions of exhausting you, stealing your energy, getting you stuck, making you fight a fight that you don't even understand why you're fighting or arguing for, or like what this whole thing is about. Sometimes it's like they created the situation by carrying secrets, and then now the secret's out. Is what I'm getting from Spirit. That a lot of this energy is surrounding, like, if you knew about this person, that you would reject them. So that's why there was all these secrets. But it's like you can only go on hiding things, and you know, like the someone's true colors will come out eventually. It takes sometimes the right person to show the lesson, or the right person for things to be revealed. Because there are for many very mundane situations where, you know, people are okay with settling for less than what they deserve, and all is all this energy there, where it's like, where if you know like the horrible thing, people just stay out of it. Some people just don't bother. And that's that, they have the right to not bother, or not dig in more, or not do more, especially if they're not as directly affected or anything. But it could be it could be harsh or hard to be with that energy, because it's destructive. It's like someone who sees evil and then they don't it's just anyone who doesn't defend themselves, or, you know, defend on the side of good, it still ends up in like a big mess. But what I'm saying with that energy is just like, for most people, it's just easier to just like pretend it's not there. But you can only pretend it's not there for so long, and then like that situation makes things worse. So someone who's very strong in who they are or what they're doing, or even just strong in being pure. Maybe they're, you know, pure-hearted, very sweet, very loving, very kind, very nice. Some see this as a weakness, that they could just be stomped on, they can be controlled, blah, blah, blah. But someone who just won't take shit, you know, they come off some way, but then they aren't. I don't know, like, I'm just getting like, it takes a certain someone to, it takes special people to show certain lessons. So maybe you were this person where, like, for them, that it's easier / harder to learn in the situation based off of who's doing what. I know that sounds really vague, but this is a general reading, so take that in mind. You know, that I'm just reading on the energies and trying not to get too deep. But just know that if I'm told a specific, it's because someone in the collective needs to hear the specific. With the 10 of Cups reverse, 2 of Swords reverse, high key, this energy of you're really seeing that the potential that you used to see just really isn't there. Like, it's just not this person like that you thought. While in the beginning it was very passionate, it was very fiery, it was very hot, it was very attractive, it was very fun. The Magician reverse just reveals that their intentions were not aligned with what you're seeing or what you're experiencing, and that at some point I'm just getting like maybe some of you in the collective rejected somebody, like you just did with what you know, and it was hard to do that because it felt too soon. It felt like you didn't know enough, and it's like, no, you did know enough. It's this like opposing energy of some of you spent too long knowing and didn't do anything, and then being in the other energy feels like it's too soon, feels like it just feels uncomfortable. If you resonate with being in the, if you in the collective resonate with you did with what you know and it feels uncomfortable, just know you did the right thing. Just know you did the right thing, because we have 2 9s here, the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. It's like this rejection was you literally choosing between being a 9 of Pentacles and a 9 of Wands. And it's like this King of Wands wanted you here. This king knows what they were doing. They knew how to take your energy. They knew how to take your finances, take your success. They knew how to emotionally manipulate you. Like anything to do with like affecting your heart space, they knew what they were doing. They pretended like they didn't know what they were doing, but they did. And your intuition kept telling you, and you didn't have, some of you didn't have the 3D validation. All you had was your intuition telling you. And it's just one of those, it feels like they didn't deserve it, but they really did deserve you saying goodbye or you rejecting them. Many of you have rested on your decision, and it's like a lot of you are diamonds, where it takes a long time for things to process. It takes a long time for something to come to surface and shine and show you. But it did, right? Eventually you came here. You're in this reading because you've done something with what you know, and you're having a hard time with it, and you need that, you know, extra clarity, extra validation. You need something in this reading to fill in the space to help you know whether or not you made a right decision. Some of you, your decision to reject was your decision to reject either the situation, the energy, the person, like whatever. It puts you either in a 9 of Pentacles or a 9 of Wands. It's like whatever rejection was you choosing what it is. Now, if you rejected and you're here, that doesn't mean you made a wrong decision. That just means you're placing a lot of energy still on this King of Wands, which is kind of still what this King of Wands wants you to do, is like be fussing and worrying and like confused. No, 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 no. No thanks. Confusion to me is clear that the situation is not for you. Someone who's for you would make it very clear, very known that it's you. Like everyone and their mother and their father and siblings and friends and coworkers, everyone would know. But that could be also a hard, that could just bring in more devilish energy, right? Because if you have like that one true love, and like, you know, and someone sees that, they're gonna want that, and so just be careful. But like, it's like this, your third eye chakra, high key here is like, you'll know. You'll know what's your journey. You'll know who's your person. You'll know what feels right. And even if you haven't had it before, once you have it, it's not like there's no doubt in your mind or heart space, or, you know, your spirit wouldn't doubt it. Let's get a clarification on some more King of Wands, please. Tell us about this King of Wands. I'm hearing that King of Wands probably knew what to do in bed. So that's fun, but, you know, when you need more, you need more, so... I have Ace of Wands and Seven of Cups. I was just saying, if you need more, you need more. So it's like, if you needed and wanted more from this King of Wands, it's like this energy of they really couldn't give you what they wanted because they were putting up a front that they were what they... It's like people will forward project who and what they want to be, but if they actually aren't, that's kind of like... There has to be truth behind that, like a distinguish between this is where I'm at and this is where I want to be and this is where I've been, and like making sure that there's like an actual line drawn between past, present, and future. You know, some people in your past don't deserve to be in your present, and they definitely don't deserve to be in your future. Some people who are in your future obviously you know, you haven't experienced them yet. So you have to make space for that. Is this a clarification for this King of Wands? This is not. Okay. Spirit's then saying that this Two of Pentacles reverse is just your choices up to now were based off of imbalance. Were based off of pain, based off of the past, based off of, you know, just being guarded. And Spirit's saying you need to release this energy of having your guard up. That, yeah, you can have your guard up against these people, but that just means that they're not allowed in. You know, making that boundary. They're not allowed in certain areas of your life or in your life at all. Or, you know, like it could be social media. It could be literally seeing each other in person. It could be talking. It could be not talking. You know, like there's so many boundaries that could be in place. And they could be internal and external. It doesn't have to be boundaries with another person. It could also just be boundaries with yourself and what you allow in and disallow. Could be not allowing phone calls after a certain period of time, or not texting or responding to anyone back after a certain day, like time of the day, so that your peace doesn't get disturbed when you're trying to relax. So your peace doesn't get disturbed when you're trying to have meditation or clarification on something. You know, coming into a routine where your boundaries are with yourself are strong. Saying to yourself you want to wake up and go to sleep at specific times as often as possible, so your sleep, so your rest is, you know, you have proper rest placements. But that can also extend, you know, your internal and external boundaries can go one and one with each other, or kind of disagree with each other too. Just know where your placements, you know, when to accept and reject certain boundaries. Me recently, I'm just like, I'm not talking to anybody that lives in these handful of towns, because I've been through hell on behalf of humans. Like literally the devil and evil have presented itself face to face to me, and I have people grouping up. There's no trust and no love for me in this town that I am aware of, and so therefore nobody gets to talk to me anymore who used to talk to me. Their privilege, their advantage is over. And I know who these King of Wands people are. These people were very successful seeming, and like they look like they have a lot, and a lot of it is because they were in my space and I gave them a lot. And I'm not taking credit for their successes, but it's like if they had appreciated me and loved me the way I always deserved, they would still be in my life. But they're not in my life. Nobody's really in my life anymore from my past. If you remember me hanging out with anybody specific, I'm not hanging out with them anymore. Anything they say about me is a lie or something based off of their struggle with the fact that I'm not talking to them anymore. They may never fully know why, and I don't owe them an explanation, so they won't. They can start gossip and drama all they want, but it's not true. And I'm very strong in that. I know. I did with what I know, and even if I didn't have enough 3D proof, you're better off being safe than sorry, is what Spirit has to say about some of these energies. Queen of Pentacles reverse, Knight of Wands. Protecting the wrong person is going to uproot your goals and your ideas and your like anything with this Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a very strong, grounded, goal-oriented person. But if we have this Knight of Wands upright and we're talking about the King of Wands, some of you are still in defense over this person, over the situation, saying, oh no, they wouldn't, oh blah blah blah. Okay, if you think that, then go ahead. Your Empire, the Emperor's here showing me this energy with the Empire. This energy is like getting away with lies, getting away with deceit to some degree. The Five of Swords is this energy really more so speaks to me that more so bring with you that which is needed, and leave, take the loss. If the person in the situation left behind an item, maybe some of you, maybe you live together, or maybe you have a same shared space at work, or same shared space with family, or whatever. People moving in, people moving out, people, if there's a relationship or cycles ending, there are going to be losses in friendships, items that are not going to be recovered, emotions that are not going to be understood. There's going to be a lot of things that are not settled. Spirit's telling me that you're gonna desire closure, and that's this thing that you give closure to yourself. You do not ask somebody to give you closure. Closure is always something you give to yourself. Many people confuse like closure with needing to have a conversation, needing that confrontation. And it's like, that confrontation occurs within, because if you give them another chance with this closure BS, it's just gonna bring in more of this unfortunate, like, I don't like seeing Four of Wands reverse. It's reversed. Four of Wands is celebrating, it's being successful, it's being very happy, it's 11-11 energy. And Spirit saying, you ain't gonna get it if you keep like feeding this empire of lies. That their success isn't true success, it was stolen. So then the universe is gonna steal it back, that's for sure. So just be careful of who you have in your corner, why, what you're doing, and why. Why are you defending certain people when they're clearly not right? Like energies like that, like the Sun. Some of you want to give birth. Some of you need to, like, like some of you are, the sun is fertile energy. So some of you are pregnant or want to be pregnant. Maybe you have children in your spaces and you are a role model, you're an inspiration to them. So have that in your mind and heart space when you're dealing with this King of Wands who's screwing you over. You know, do you really want to show your children or those that look up to you that, like, this reverse Queen of Pentacles energy? No, you don't want to be showing them that. So what do you do with that? You shine, you become who you're meant to be, you face the judgment. I think some of you don't want to face this energy because it will break illusions. It will break a lot of things that you felt were stable, but it's this energy of it feels stable, but it's like there's something better and more coming in without this devil in your space. That what you think is this 10 of Cups, these 2 10s reverse, and this death is really giving me vibes of you don't even know what you're in for, you know, like you don't even know like what the best is coming even means. Like you guys have so much greatness just ready to come in for you, but it's not going to come in as long as this devil energy is around. The Tower has to fall. You just, this journey, guys are you ready for your journey? Like, it doesn't feel or look like it if you aren't even ready to set these boundaries around yourself and your goals and the people. Like, if you don't have these boundaries or discipline with boundaries, you like this 10 of Pentacles is never going to come in. Some of you guys are really strong, but it feels really weak right now, and it's because of the malicious intents of others. Queen of Wands reverse. It's this realization that your counterpart is not, it's not who you think they are. So this like distortion's going to be interesting to get over. That's with this Queen of Swords. It's like this Queen of Swords giving me this like telling it like it is energy. Ace of Cups. You want your true partner, your true career path. It's this working on yourself and working on your boundaries, babes. You can't avoid it. Taking the easy way out. If you think, you know, many successes that are stolen, yeah, it's easy to do that, right? It's easy to just take something you can't afford. It's easy to just take from somebody because you don't want them to do better than you. So if you take from them, then you're going to do better than them. Like something like that. But like, as long as you take and steal from others, you'll if you build an empire on the stealing energy, one day when you do the wrong person, your entire empire is going to fall apart just because it was built on lies. So once the truth comes out, literally the entire empire is vulnerable and susceptible to falling. And so it's like, if you don't want that to happen, you do need to recognize what would make you truly happy, work on that, and don't focus on anybody or anything else. Keep your intentions pure. Wash and wipe your hands clean of karma. Wash and wipe your life clean of the devil. This painful energy is behind you, yes, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna, you know, it doesn't mean that these types of people aren't going to like try and reappear, or similar people aren't going, you know, like if you're doing amazing, if you're a diamond or a dime, you're going to attract both good and bad. But it's this wonderful energy of learning the difference and being able to keep what you want around and keep what you don't want away. But there is a lesson here. There's a very clear lesson here about surrounding the third eye and how powerful you are and what it can do for you. And what ignoring it can do for you too. Because you're seeing that we have a 4 of Pentacles reverse, a 2 of Cups, 6 of Wands. This King of Swords is now reverse. So every time we've seen the counterparts, one is upright, one is reverse. I think you've seen that connecting over the wrong things can lead you to being unsuccessful. Having justice over the situation. These 2 reversals and the Temperance is like showing me you guys are having more compassion towards self, or you need that. You need friends around too. This 3 of Cups is like you need your friends around, but friends that you can trust, and keep your conversations minimal or like private. Like if you're going to confide in anybody, confide in 1 or 2 people only, and then literally if you hear it back, you know they gossiped. You know they said something to somebody else. Then you could be like, you did me dirty, and remove them. You don't have to explain to them why you're removing them. Sometimes drama is increased or reduced by how much talk there is around it. I'm hearing like if someone ghosts you, you should honor the dead or something like that. Like just act as if they're dead. Like they ghosted you. That's what they wanted, is to not talk to you again. So just honor that. Their energy or your energy towards them should be, you know, dead to them. You know, they're dead to you. Not that they actually are dead to you, but you know, it's like just honor their decision by like, that's what happened. But if you guys aren't on the same page about that, then when you confront, don't be attacking them over their decision, but more so wondering why they made the decision that they did and figuring out how you can fix it. But realize that someone's apology it should come it should come sooner rather than later, but it really sucks that it takes certain events to happen for people to see that they've done wrong. You'll be able to feel it on a cellular level if their apology is meaningful or not. The Lovers reverse, literally it'll be a choice. You know, their type of apology is a choice, and whether or not how you receive it, that's also a choice. The Hanged Man reverse, Spirit wants to say, take note of if someone's seeing from a new perspective or not. For a portion of the collective, you'll find that someone just hasn't changed and won't change while you're in their space. Some of you'll find that the perspective that needs to shift is within yourself and not in somebody else. But there is this enlightenment energy that Spirit's giving now. I have back of the deck here on the Psychic Heart Tarot, or Psychic Tarot for the Heart. It says seek. So big time, some of you in the collective just need to seek help in the situation, with the specifics in mind. That if this reading leaves you still confused, maybe you need a personal reading. Maybe you need more personal services, like more one-on-one services, to which you can explain your specifics and you know, and like kind of go deeper further into it, or seeking yourselves, like self-discovery. Heart chakra comes out. So big at the same time that I said self-discovery. So the significance of finding yourself is big here. Making sure that you're not just trying to find something in somebody else, that you need to find yourself first. Then you'll be able to, you know, you'll be able to find your person once you've kind of blossomed into the love that exists for you. And when you have a more loving energy towards yourself, your solar plexus will naturally be stronger. You'll have more, you'll be more, it'll be easier to decide. Because when your heart feels good, like what you do surrounding your heart is going to be stronger. And that's like your that's why your solar plexus is right underneath your heart. Find balance. We have the back of the deck, giving and receiving. There's been a lot of energy that's not reciprocated. Like someone was giving too much, therefore the other party was receiving like everything that they wanted. And then when you don't give to them, you see them go toxic. You see them go like not good, and it's like there's no balance there. There's definitely much more placements with this balance. I'm seeking balance, seeking where you should be receiving more, where you should be giving more. Who deserves the love first? And that is always going to be you. But if you're like in routine energy of loving self, then finally it's this energy of sharing your love with somebody else. And that could be a decision some of you are making. You know, some of you singles, not all of you were in relationships or are dealing with so much drama, but maybe just needing to figure out how to help your friends out. Like, I don't know, it's just like there's multiple situations here. But I think there is so much blossoming within the collective as far as more understanding, more boundaries, more love, more decisions, more stuff from the heart space, and more safety surrounding what we do with our lives based off of having the proper boundaries. I think all of this energy is very beautiful. As heavy as some of the energies got, and literally as confusing as some of the energies got, I think we got to a really wonderful place tonight. I'm so thankful for the shared magical space that we have here on YouTube, and that I could spread so much by just having the whole world in my hands via social media. We are in such a very enthusiastic world in so many different placements, and I find myself to explode with energy when it comes to how I'm going to channel a message. there's so many options for myself. Am I going to do it through a card reading? Am I going to do it through just a simple conversation? Am I going to do it through like a meditation? Like, you know, and so I think it's so awesome to see all the expansion so far. Thank you for being here. I am happy that you exist, and from right now until next time, I hope you are taking care. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, a good rest of your day, wherever you are and wherever you are on your journey at this time. Hold protection and peace in your heart space. Hopefully things ride smoother, and you know, you can shine brighter. And all right, that's it. Thank you.